Phantom Menace.
I liked the Phantom Menace as a child.
Oh, goody. That's caught on stream. Hello, everybody.
Lol.
Welcome
Hi,
to...
everyone.
Hello.
As a child, I liked the Phantom Menace. That one was my favorite as a child.
You liked to menace the Phantoms?
There's so much fun menacing the Phantoms.
And then Attack of the Clones was my favorite. I didn't like Revenge of the Sith because it was so sad.
Because you forgot to buy the High Ground DLC?
I didn't hate his like I didn't
Shut up.
like high ground. Of course, if you
I have the high ground Anakin.
Besides, if you bought Battlefront 2, you probably should automatically buy the high ground DLC
Yeah.
or loot box, I should say.
Luke. Or in Star Wars, the Luke box.
No. Oh my god, that is horrible. Hello.
Hola.
Hello.
Hi.
Hajime mashite.
So yes, as you may have noticed, if you are super clever at looking at tags and whatnot, we are currently continuing our playthrough of Star Ocean 2, which of course with David at the helm.
Yar! Haha!
I don't remember where we left off. Where did we leave off?
Oh. Okay.
That's a good question.
We left off... admittedly, like, we left off... God. I miss the days when I could actually have a little tiny thing saying, hey, this is where you left off.
Previously on Star Ocean 2, the second story.
I think I was... Yeah, I think I was grinding for the Flame Blade. So...
Yes. There was a bit of grinding going on. I had recommended the forest behind Mars Village.
Yeah. As well as trying to get everybody to have Perseverance up. Whereas that's... Reina's now maxed out. Celine is now maxed out. Claude.
And determination.
Yep. So, admittedly, I'm not quite sure if I want to do the, give me a moment here, everybody. Sorry about this. There we go. There we go.
Oh, there.
Sorry, just trying to get everything taken care of.
My stream just finally started an Ohio Random commercial that apparently supports us, even though we're not actually monetizing. Don't believe the lies.
Don't believe the lies! We're not getting a dime. At least not yet.
It sucks, but yes, it's so true.
We are all quite poverty-stricken.
Yes, we are.
Okay. We were coming over here to get, the stuff to do pickpocketing.
Uh-huh.
And...
Yeah. And you have the glove already.
No, I don't, I believe.
I love the power glove, it's so bad.
I thought you bought the glove. I thought the glove.
Thought you...
You thought the glove, apparently, is what I went with.
Okay. Officially, we're going to click, but we came here to do some stuff.
Stuff.
Let's see here. Because I have like 6,000 full.
Mm-hmm.
And the glove is like 40,000.
Yeah. Even with getting the discount, I think at max discount it's still like 30,000.
Yeah. Even though I don't think I can get that skill yet. Or at least not without finishing up Perseverance on one person.
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Oh, I do have pickpocketing. But
how good is it? What's its level? Is the question. Because if its level is too low, that's going to be very boring.
What the shenanigans?
that's probably Will. And
That's
him.
probably me.
And that's him being, are you a camper or are you
Well, I'm Jason.
Oh, are you doing 8-bit? Please tell me you're doing 8-bit.
Yes, of course I am.
Yes.
Of course I am.
Okay, Will is playing Friday the 13th, the game, which
Trying
means
to practice.
which means he's basically being Jason.
Yes.
He's practicing his murdering teenagers for fornicating in his campground.
Yes, I hate that shit.
Goddamn
Oh my God,
teenagers!
I hate when people fornicate in my campgrounds.
Right?
Of course.
Especially during the 80s. God.
So disrespectful. I was gonna say irrespectful,
Ow.
but that's not right.
Okay.
Oh, you're dumb,
Actually, wait.
Sarah.
Specialty pickpocket. I'm trying to remember how I access. Oh, it's
You
items.
hit X on the skill. Is how you see its level.
Yeah.
If that's what you're looking for.
Yeah, I'm being an idiot, everybody. So.
That's normal. Oh.
Yeah, it is horrible because it's level 2.
Yeah, no, absolutely no pickpocketing allowed.
No touchy.
Do not touch the pickpocketing.
Okay. It's weird because Rena has art and identify. Wow, she has metalwork? Oh boy. What do I need for musical? Ah! Whoops.
What'd you do?
I just added 1 level of sketching. Okay.
That's a really sketchy thing to do.
Oh.
I hate.
I feel like there's better things that could have been said there.
Yeah.
Possible.
Okay.
But,
I'm trying to remember what I need to get for orchestra. And I'm
well,
pretty...
first of all, you need the whole shoot.
Because
You
I
need the
did...
actual music. You need the actual regular performance first.
Right.
Yeah. Considering
Which
that I...
is musical talent, what's in? Oh, let's see. It's gonna be notation and what is it?
Whistling?
Notation and musical instrument. And then you have to actually get musical instruments. And for orchestra, you need a minimum of 1 instrument per member of your party.
Okay.
Or rather, not your party, your full team.
So basically, if I had, let's say, 5
No.
people...
You don't. I think you need a minimum of 3 instruments. I think it just gets the effects are magnified based on the number of instruments you have. But you also can, of course, only learn certain songs through certain instruments. But yeah, like you'll have the violin, the flute, etc., etc. Plus, there's also the shamisen, if you recall.
True.
Which is why I had to correct myself, because the shamisen is the 8th instrument. You obviously can use orchestra long before you get the 8th instrument.
So, as such, hopefully we've got everything set up. So, no, we are not going to be discussing Star Wars spoilers.
No spoilers.
No
I
spoilers.
wish we were. I
Although,
wish we were, though.
Hashtag Han shot first. Oops, sorry, that's a spoiler.
that's such an old spoiler, it's no longer a spoiler.
That's a spoiler for anyone who hasn't seen the original theatrical release of 4.
Of which...
I did the 4th movie when I was a child.
Huh?
I didn't like the 4th movie as a child.
Really?
I just don't think I got it. Then later, you'd want to know what movie actually got me into Star Wars, though?
Revenge of the Sith? Or... Sorry, very an old
Someone
title.
brought it over. And then I watched it, I'm like, oh, Star Wars is good. And then I gave the original one a chance, and I'm like, yeah, this is good shit.
Please tell me it wasn't the holiday special.
Oh god.
It was. I already said it was. I already told you the answer. I said it was Attack of the Clones.
Oh.
Ooh.
The holiday special was the worst thing to ever exist. No matter what anyone has to say about the prequels, at least they weren't the holiday special.
That is true.
Okay.
Very true. Very, very true.
I mean, the holiday special, if I recall correctly, was so bad that Lucas disavowed it after it was made.
Yeah.
Yes, it is true.
Dang it, what is that fake name that people use? Something Smithy. Alan Smithy?
Alan Smith is probably the one you're thinking of if it's like any movie or... Yeah.
Disavowed. I was saying Alan Smithy even disavowed it.
Even the ghostwriters didn't want to take credit for that.
What?
Even the ghostwriters didn't want to take credit for it.
Nope. It was bad news.
I tried to watch the Ewok movie as a kid. I didn't like it.
I think I barely remember the Ewok movie. Also, now Perseverance is maxed out on Claude as well. So, bing!
Yay!
Nice.
I don't know if I should continue.
Nice.
I don't know if I should continue grinding for full or just.
A spoiler, but I like.
I mean, well, you can do. Well, no, wait a minute. You can't do that until after Click.
That's Star Fox.
Star Fox.
It's worth your while to get your pickpocketing and get the glove before you go to Click.
Yeah.
Because reasons. And
Various
you know what the reasons
are. Treasure chest and very rare items involved.
Yeah, exceptionally rare.
Exceptionally rare.
Real quick though. I just want to discuss one tiny moment in the movie. It's not a spoiler.
Are you sure?
Is it in the trailers?
Well, maybe it's. I don't know.
If it's not in the trailers, I'm going to put it as spoiler. No offense.
Shirtless, what do you think?
Oh. Yeah. Okay.
Is that spoilers?
That I won't describe what's happening in the scene, but I will mention that Kylo Ren does go shirtless in one scene.
Oh.
Jeez.
So, that's all I will say on the matter.
Hey, you got to give people their beefcake too.
Yeah, beefcake moment.
Yeah.
Although, let's be honest, I would have rather had a Finn X Poe shirtless scene.
Yeah, I shipped them. I shipped them so hard in the first one.
I just want... You want to know what I would like to have from the latest movie? One of the Crystal Foxes.
Oh, they're so cute!
P.S. They're not a spoiler because, A, they're shown in one of the trailers. But I just want one of them.
Are those, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. I think I've seen 500 trillion pictures of them on Facebook. So
yeah.
They really,
and they are extremely adorable.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but
totally animatronic.
Don't like the Porgs at all.
I like them.
Even though, like, what the...
Oh, no, those are what I've seen. Yeah.
Yeah, the Porgs.
The ones that, they basically look like anime-fied dogs.
I want them.
Actually, you know what they are more based off of?
Guinea pigs.
Actually, a mix between guinea pigs and puffins.
Ugh.
I want all of them. I love them. Integral, well, not integral, but they become so cool in a later stage. Them so much. I want them. I'm a fangirl.
Yay, random pet food.
Pet food!
Excuse me.
And
Which
I
is
want
funny.
to take care of them and love them and just be a mom to them and be like, yeah, you're so cute.
Alright, So, we know what kind of exotic pet Mackenzie would like to have.
Butters?
Butters.
Exotic butters! Yay!
I had to make the reference. I had to.
Thank you for choosing.
Exotic butters.
Exotic butters.
Exotic butters.
Exotic butters.
Exotic butters.
Exotic butters.
All I can think of now is butter lettuce.
Exotic buttered lettuce.
Ew.
Exotic butters.
Why would you want to put lettuce on butter?
No, Will, remember?
Other way.
Will, remember? Hollow
Yeah, you
toilet.
mean-
Butter lettuce.
Oh yeah.
The butter lettuce.
Yes. The butter lettuce.
Butter lettuce. Also, cat bug. Tacos! Yay!
Are you sure you didn't get the glove? 'Cause
I'm
it's still-
pretty sure I didn't get the glove because, like, I was too busy getting certain things.
You got back attacked by time.
Yeah. Time always catches up to you in the end.
I can now two-shot these guys, so...
Sometimes
Well,
it just sneaks up on you from behind.
When in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be.
Okay, and so pickpocketing is going to be useless on everybody except for Claude.
Well, of course, because Claude's literally the only one in this playthrough that can pickpocket.
Yeah.
Versus if you were on a Reyna playthrough, Reyna would be the only one who could pickpocket.
Okay, I'm trying to
But
remember what we need to do for Come On Bunny.
You need whistling and something else. Oh, you need the pet skill, familiar.
The familiar
plus
skill.
Something else. Yeah, which the familiar skill is made out of whistling and something else.
Okay. Playfulness? No, it can't be playfulness.
No, playfulness is one of the 3 pieces of Oracle.
Okay. Wait, copying. Copying is
Copy
forgery,
or
right?
reproduction. No, reproduction. Well, it goes into, but the reproduction skill goes into copying goes into reproduction, goes into reverse edge.
Okay.
But yeah, whistling is going to be key for getting Come On Bunny later on.
Yes, Bunny. I think by the time I actually got enough skills to do it, Bunny, I got it on the second disc, which made it kind of useless.
Oh, no. You can get it as early as Cross Kingdom.
Yeah, that's the problem, was the fact that I was horrible when I was younger when playing this game.
Ah, okay. So it was a matter of spreading your skills out properly.
Yeah, I wasn't doing things right. Plus, I haven't even gained any of those random traits in battle at all.
Well, you don't get the random traits in battle. They never come in battle. The random traits are always through crafting or... Like, the scouting one is the almost impossible one. It's easiest to do it once you've learned Orchestra.
Yeah.
But all the other ones are based off of crafting.
Did you just change games, Will?
I might
can't
have.
even hear the game.
Does it
know? How do you know?
magical insistence?
There's
I'm
this
guessing
cute
that-
video of cows. Baby cows are so cute.
Also, I'm surprised that
baby
right now
birds.
that the stream is actually fairly stable. It's weird.
Why are you up? Are you like concerned that that's a thing now, or what?
Well, generally, it's been real. Like my streams have been kind of for connection, so it's like, what exactly happened?
That's a good question. What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
You sure?
No?
We're just having a good night. Stop questioning it.
Okay, yes. Let's not incur the wrath of Murphy.
It's true.
Well, why are you messing with Murphy? That's your first problem right there.
His laws cause a lot of chaos.
Yeah, they do.
We can win them. Beware.
You should definitely not invoke his wrath.
Please don't invoke. Please pay no attention to me, Murphy.
Looks like we won.
We generally like it best that way.
Yes, please. Okay, let's talk about other things.
Okay.
Steam Winter Sale. How's that going? How
Kinda
empty
lame
is your
right now.
wallet, Will?
Not it.
Not empty?
Oh, it's just them.
Uh, It's not empty.
We have a full score with this.
Well, yeah, not empty.
That's good.
That's true.
Yay, I'm 1/4 of the way there with full, because I'm pretty sure I didn't get the item.
You didn't get the item?
Toggle.
He keeps saying he didn't get the item. I could have sworn I remember him getting the item. You know what would be an easier way to check if you got the item? Would be to go to your accessory equipment screen on your character.
Okay, accessory. Gold, green, barrel, iron, necklace, reverse doll, silver,
Okay,
and
definitely
useless
don't have
decorations.
You definitely don't have it. Okay, I stand corrected. I just remembered you doing it, but you didn't.
No, we looked at it. We just didn't buy it.
Okay.
That sounds very silly thing to do. Why would you do that?
It's called window
Oh,
shopping.
Right, you did all your saving up on cash to get the flame saber.
Yeah, to get the flame saver to help with the grinding, and I really should have done this off stream.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, probably.
But
Here
then,
we are.
Ta-da!
ta-da! I found out some of the. This is going into a weird topic. Next season's anime.
Oh, it's just them.
I've already got one that I'm kind of. I'm going to try and watch it, but I'm not sure how long I will last.
What kind of
And what
answer
would
is
that
that?
To explain, have you heard of the. Have you heard of Junji Ito?
Nope.
Okay. Let's just say this: he's very
Let
good
me
at.
pause really quick before you do this segue.
Got it.
Your next option, so for more consistent, better farming,
Yeah.
would be actually going into Mars Village and going down to the swamp area. You can patrol that area rather than running around the forest and getting a mix of tier 2 or tier 3 and tier 4 fights. You'll
Okay.
get consistent tier 4 fights.
So basically, pop into town and then go through the back door.
Yeah.
Okay, time to fight some flying rays.
And fight and continue fighting time, because we must always fight time.
Yeah. But okay, can I now go into my weird tide raid?
Yes.
Okay.
You can now go into your tirade.
Junji Ito is very prominent in doing very, very detailed work, mostly horror.
Oh.
Yeah. And so, considering that a lot of people have said that if he ever tried it, he could probably he could probably illustrate any of Lovecraft's stories and do it justice. Considering that some of his stories are very Lovecraftian in general. Considering that the two actual stories that I read of his which are Uzumaki and Gyo. Yee. Oh, I can't go in the swamp any further, so I'm stuck to the.
Yeah, just those two screens.
Okay.
The one to the right and the one south of that.
But yeah, I will say this: they're going to be animating this stuff, so I'm sitting here in the back going, I'm not sure if the animation is going to make it even more disturbing, or just kind of ruin it in general.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. My Hero Academia will be getting a season 3, so that's a plus, and I will be...
Not shocking, that.
Not shocking, but it's still a good series.
Well, I'm not denying. I mean, I think the internet would probably string me up if I did try to deny it, even if I did have grounds to do so. But since it is very popular, it's probably one of the most popular anime right now. It's not shocking to me at all that they would want to go that route.
Okay, so this was Poker Face.
Honestly, if you don't have something specific you're working on, one of the things you might want to consider doing on the other characters is getting all the level 0s that are 1 SP up to at least level 1 so that you can start unlocking more stuff.
Yeah. Let's see here. Technology.
And Pickpocket 5, yay!
The enemy.
The enemy. Okay, what is metalwork? Mineralogy, craft, and aesthetic sense. So... Okay...
Yeah, and keep in mind, mineralogy goes into multiple crafts. As does, I think, craft.
Yeah. So let's see here. I've now got Identify on every character.
Which will go a good chunk towards Identify All, which is the price change one.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember, I think it's Identify plus Compounding for Identify All.
Yeah, compounding. Rena has 2. So does Claude.
I had with the final piece of compounding.
And so does
That's
Slane.
if I remember right. And if you're clever about this, I think that there may be one skill book in Click that you can get right before certain events.
Yeah.
That if you don't get it, then you have to wait till the Kingdom of the Core.
Oh god, that one. I think I know which book you're talking.
If I remember right, that gives you the final piece for compounding, which thus gives you the final piece for Identify All.
Yeah, which can technically help us get with the getting money.
Yeah, absolutely. Because yes and no. Yes, it helps you with getting money in the effect that it makes things sell for more.
Yeah.
Which you can also get just simply from having tool knowledge. But it also does help you in the era of paying less for stuff, which is at this point probably going to be a bigger return.
I miss this game.
Yeah, so do I. I'm going back to my playthrough of Star Ocean 4. I'm actually considering streaming my playthrough of Star Ocean 4.
I'm guessing you're doing the 4K one?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Of course.
The 4K HD banana flavored remaster.
Ooh, banana flavor.
Banana flavored. We need more banana flavor.
Yeah, I've only ever had one other game that it was banana flavored, and that was Earthbound. Callback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually did play Earthbound in banana flavor
I kind of like mint.
because it was unique. Because what other video game did we have at that era that was an RPG where you could get that specific color palette?
I don't think there was any other than Earthbound.
Yeah, I think so.
But yeah, our cash is definitely flowing a lot nicer now because we're consistently getting 500 full fights instead of getting the occasional 80s and 60s mixed in.
Yeah. And Mackenzie is oddly silent.
Hi.
She's
Hi.
mining.
She's biding her time.
To take
I like
over the
literally
control.
have kind of blanked out and I don't have anything interesting to say.
How about that Destiny 2?
I
Ashley does not
made a
sound
conscious
excited.
decision not to play it.
Considering that I saw a meme earlier that said like, why did such and such game beat over things like PUBG, Destiny 2, and the game listed I think was God, I can't remember what it was.
No.
I thought Destiny was supposed to be some like huge disappointment.
It technically is.
It is.
Yes and no. So
But I've
here's
just
the
seen
problem.
so many people play it.
Here's the problem: is that with Destiny and Destiny 2, it really goes one of two ways. You either really love it, which in most cases means that you also are doing a lot more of the multiplayer grindy type elements,
Mm-hmm.
or I think there's PvP in D2.
Here we go.
Or conversely, you really truly, if you really truly are playing it for the storyline, then you're paying essentially $6 an hour for your gameplay.
Also, I found the meme. It was the 2017 People's Choice Awards Best PC Game, Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh.
And
Yes.
and the list of things, it's like, why was this better than Halo Wars 2? That's a tactics game, you idiot. Destiny 2. There's so many problems with that one. PUBG. It's not a full game until like a couple days ago.
Yep, that is true.
Call of Duty World War II. That one may have had an actual standing on it. FIFA 18. Dear God, that's stupid. Prey. I like Prey, but from everyone's reactions, not a lot of people did either, though. Mass Effect Andromeda, and then Forza 7. And I'm like, what?
With the possible exception of Andromeda, which from what I understood had its own significant issues, DDLC had a stronger and more inclusive storyline than any of the other games.
Yeah.
Doki Doki.
Considering that I found this is something that can I no, I can't really say it because it's actually technically spoilers territory.
For DDLC?
Doki Doki, yeah.
Has anyone here not at least seen a playthrough or, something of DDLC? Is anyone worried about spoilers on that game?
Not really.
Mackenzie?
She has played it. Yeah! I learned to identify.
I looked up how to get the best. I learned how to get. I looked up how to get the best ending because there's no fucking way I was gonna keep seeing Sayori hanging like that and not have a fucking game plan.
Yeah. fair enough. Absolutely. But yeah, it sounds like you're free from spoiler warnings on that one because I watched GT live just completely play every possible angle of it.
I love Matt and Stephanie.
I do too.
They're
But-
Although
lovely.
let's be honest, I watched that channel for Cat Pat.
Yeah. But, so I can at least go into this theory that Matt Pat had come up with about Doki Doki.
We may have even already heard it, but yes.
I already heard it.
Essentially, Doki Doki is a ARG, or alternate reality game, for the creators of Doki Doki, actual game that they're creating. Which seems...
Oh, yeah. I've definitely seen that episode.
Yeah. Yes! I've got Identify All! I can do disc...
Yay.
And it's at level 2!
Which is, still better than nothing.
Actually,
Now,
no,
keep
it's
in
level
mind
4.
You'll want to use it at the store, and also keep in mind that it does, as it shows, it does consume a spectacle every time.
Yeah.
So the first time you do give discount, you're probably going to want to get about a half stack of spectacles.
Okay. But yeah,
And just
it's...
constantly, infinitely. Oh, I hear Borderlands. I just heard Claptrap.
Yeah. That's
you,
the game
Claptrap.
that, our illustrious, Oh hey, I've gotten 2 gold earrings.
That's the game that our dear Kefka is playing.
Yes.
I am not playing Borderlands. But you are hearing Claptrap.
So who is playing Borderlands then?
Mom. Well, what are you doing though that involves Claptrap?
Playing Poker Night 2.
Poker Night 2 has a Claptrap in it?
Yeah, it has.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it does. It has Brock Sampson from the Venture Brothers. It has Ash Williams from Evil Dead. And it has Sam from Sam and Max, and then it has Claptrap.
Oh, have you guys seen? You posted that.
No.
It's some game show on Smosh, and guess who was on the first episode?
Ooh.
Mad Pat,
Oh, goody.
Ah.
along with the Gabby Show, or now known as Gabby Hanna.
Huh.
Huh, for some odd reason I can't equip these gold earrings.
And
Yeah,
I
no,
really want
Pod
all
doesn't
3
wear
to come
earrings.
back.
Oh. So the only
Rena and Celine wear earrings, but Claude does not wear earrings.
Weird.
He has macho image to worry about.
Actually, I think it's pretty macho for a guy to wear earrings.
Yeah, but apparently Future Earth Society does not agree with that.
No, apparently Rena does not wear earrings.
Really?
Yeah,
Only Celine of the ones you have right now?
so far, yes. That's
Oh my
weird.
God, Steve.
Steve! No!
it's just that.
Oh! You could have just asked me to leave.
But that is a pretty eclectic collection of characters, or are those just the characters that are in your current game?
No, those are the characters they chose for the entire game.
Yeah,
It's hilarious.
yeah, the poker series is actually kind of... How'd I do that?
Hmm?
I went and tried to go further in the swamp, and I'm like, wait a minute, I'm stupid.
Yeah,
But-
you can't go
Tried to go
further.
further
You don't
in
have
the
the
swamp?
boots yet.
Yeah, isn't the dealer in number 2 Gladys?
Oh, GLaDOS, yes. GLaDOS is our dealer.
Ooh.
Which
Where-
is even better because then the dealer can actually interact too. It's really funny.
Yeah, whereas the first one did not allow you to interact.
Nope.
Does that mean that if you beat the house, there will be cake?
I've never beat the house, so that's a good question.
Yeah, and I think that's the achievement for beating the house, is
She gives us cake.
she gives you cake.
Oh.
The banter,
Oh.
the banter between her and Claptrap though is pretty funny, because Claptrap keeps trying to, like, you know, do smooth moves, and she's totally unimpressed.
Love it.
It's very,
Wait, what are you playing again?
especially when he gets knocked out.
It's Night at the what was it?
Poker Night 2.
Poker Night 2, yeah.
I would get Poker Night 2 unless you really like, unless
Sa-
you really like Strong Bad or the Heavy from Team Fortress 2, then I would probably get the first one. But,
Hey, why'd you leave out Sam from Sam and Max?
I didn't.
Wait, but how the hell are all these different things being together?
Okay.
Well, it's a game, so you can borrow characters from games.
Poker table.
Yeah.
The
Basically,
legality of this.
since there's so little companies, and technically these games are on Steam, somebody probably did ask the companies, hey, can we allow for your likeness? And they're like, yeah, sure.
They actually have Patrick Warburton voicing Brock Sampson, which is pretty awesome.
Considering that, like, it's better to get the licenses for, like, maybe, like, 4 or 5 characters versus trying to get the licenses for, I'd say, 20 properties, like Super Robot Wars does.
Yeah.
Because, oh yeah, speaking of Super Robot Wars, they've just announced the latest one that's going to be coming out next year, which is X. But, like, yeah, Super Robot Wars has, like, sometimes upwards of, like, 30 properties in it. And admittedly,
And then,
like...
Of course you have Smash, but then Smash cheats because Nintendo just owns everyone's souls.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Although...
It's almost like Disney.
Yeah, Nintendo is definitely the Eastern Disney.
I think the one that's closest to
I just got
Eastern
insulted by
Disney...
this. I just got insulted by Gavin.
Oh, goody.
She's like, are you sure you want to bet that much with someone with your financial capabilities? I'm like, are you talking about me in real life? Because no.
You're like, IRL, I wouldn't bet that.
No, I wouldn't do that in RL at all.
Unless you were sitting directly on a royal plush.
Are you?
No, totally not.
This then.
He's like, I've got 2 pair king high.
What is wrong with you? I'm just kidding.
No, he got a flush.
For a moment there, I took flush as a different meaning of flush, and I'm like, what?
Of course you did.
We all know where my mind goes most of the time.
Wait, where did your mind go? Just like flushed from exertion, or
No. What's usually
flushed
connect?
down the toilet?
Yes.
What?
So now I'm just seeing a severed hand being flushed down the drain, and I'm just a little concerned for you.
Great. All I can think of now is the hand from Legend of Zelda. Or
Oh
From
my gosh, the wall master.
no, from Majora's Mask, the hand from the toilet. A piece of paper. The piece of paper hand.
With the love. Oh, they also redid that in the what one? Skyward Sword. Note.
Okay. So 2 knowledge is 6.
Oh, I saw Super Specialty hit 5.
Yeah.
Super special, awesome.
Herbal medicine.
That's actually why you let me stick around, because I made those quotes. Remember?
And friendship speeches.
Yeah, don't forget the friendship speeches.
Yes.
Friendship is the best.
Good. Must go make
Great.
friends.
Friendship is great.
Great, sorry.
What is wrong with you?
Must go make friends.
It's fun.
Yes, it is, Taya.
Yes, it is.
I think we have something in common. Hooray!
One of the funniest thing is they actually make fun of Claptrap's Pandora because Ash and Brock bring up Pandora and they're just like, "Oh, you mean that movie Blue Aliens?" and it pisses off Claptrap all the time.
See, that would have been the funny thing is actually having one of the Na'vi at the table.
That would be hilarious. I don't think they could afford that.
Yeah.
Wait, oh my god.
Oh wait, no, I have a greater idea then. Like they would pretend that it's one of the Navi, but then they get Navi.
Oh.
It was the aliens, and she's like, "Hey, listen."
I totally had a better idea though. I'm sorry, I totally didn't.
No.
Dear
No,
Bridger.
I do in fact. Okay, let me finish my idea.
No,
So
no,
this is the ultimate.
Uh-oh.
All right, go.
So this is the ultimate form of that idea. Is you have Claptrap from Pandora, you have a Na'vi from their Pandora, you have Squall talking about the lunatic Pandora,
No.
and I'm still not done because you have the Greek quote unquote heroine Pandora.
Wow. That.
the dealer.
That's a good question.
What question?
All I can think of now is Pandemonium, but that's something completely different.
But that would just be very. There would be a lot of Pandora jokes to happen, all at once. And meanwhile, the actual person Pandora is just getting bitter because everyone keeps talking about every other Pandora except for her.
Yeah.
And she starts threatening to open the box if they don't take her seriously.
I'm gonna catch hell from the other robots at the next Kill the Humans meeting. Wait, forget I said that last part.
Bye, Claptrap.
Bye, Claptrap.
Fuck you, Claptrap. Fuck you, shit. Shut your Claptrap.
Oh.
Wow. I got violent real quick.
I am awesome.
We've had enough of your Claptrap here, dear robot.
Bow down to my hilariousness.
Yay!
Fight
Well,
me.
your hilariousness received much rejoicing.
Okay, let's see.
So this is a poker game you're playing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Interested in poker as a child, and someone gave me a poker set for like Christmas or something.
She's like, I would have raised in that situation, but I also would have been more likely to jump off a building, so I'm probably not the best person to discuss this with. Oh, GLaDOS.
GLaDOS.
Yeah.
She's a good lady.
How to do that? Okay, so my
Just as a side note,
Mhm.
for your casters, it's actually completely meaningless to give them strong glow, strong glow or cancel.
Whoops, sorry. That's.
No, that's fine. Just as a side note.
But good news.
Wait, did I see that right? Rena doesn't have sense of taste.
Yeah, she has sense of rhythm.
Definite free SP.
That's
'Cause
weird.
She should get. Oh no! Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me.
Don't listen to you?
'Cause for
I've never
her-
listened to you.
Yeah, I know.
Eek.
For her, 90% of the time, she starts with sense of taste, and the other 10%, it's damned near impossible to unlock. So you can try, but make sure you save first, because you may end up wanting to restart and get all your materials back from your fails.
Yeah. But if I do get it, ho 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 ho.
Yeah, that 300 SP makes a huge diff.
I love him. I did.
But now I have identify all at 7. If you read that right.
Mhm.
Which makes
Well, and here's the catch: is you not only have to identify all 7, but you have to know what all 7 are tied to.
yeah. There's the Dragon Balls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And they're tied to the Eternal Dragon, who grants wishes.
Okay,
Oh
so
my god,
you're
better
gonna
idea. Wait, hold on. Dragon Ball movie. I was about to say it's voiced by Robin Williams, and I'm like, oh yeah. But just how about is the genie from Aladdin?
What?
Dragon.
So we're gonna use the Dragon Balls to wish for Mackenzie's joke to actually make sense to us, so we can laugh at it properly.
Oh, I would just think the dragon should be the genie from Aladdin because he grants wishes, but he should be funny.
Oh, speaking of which, and this is a horrible thing that should ever descend upon anything, is that Disney has acquired Fox Studios. At
Yep.
least
I
60%
said
of
this
it.
earlier in the episode.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, somebody's a little bit on the slow side.
But this is new information that I can bring to the table. Since
Okay.
Fox Studios owned the rights to Dragon Ball Evolution, that horrible mess of a movie,
Mm-hmm.
that means Disney has access to Dragon Ball.
So does that
And
mean
they
Goku
guarantee-
is a Disney princess?
That means
No,
Chi-Chi,
I already determined that Vegeta is actually the Disney princess.
not Chi-Chi.
No.
Vegeta.
Vegeta's is the Disney princess.
It's over 1,000-ish. It's like a lot.
But here's the other thing I determined based on because I came to that same realization last night, and based on my determination of that fact, that also means that maybe there's a reason why a certain third part of a trilogy, or excuse me, at this point, a septology, hasn't yet come out. Because maybe Sora will be exploring Dragon Ball World.
Oh, right.
And in that world, he gains a special attack where his hair, it doesn't get any messier, it just turns blonde. Because he's already got that Saiyan haircut, he just needs it to be blonde.
Oh, yeah.
He just needs it to be super.
Super.
So awesome!
Yeah, that's kind of, it's funny because, like, I've heard so many people go like, oh, why is Square taking so long on the next Kingdom Hearts? I'm like, that's because Kingdom Hearts is developed with Square, but it's not a Square property. It's a Disney property.
It's a both property.
Yeah.
The problem is that if either one says, hey, give us a second, we're looking into this, we're working on this, we may get this for the next one,
Yeah.
the entire production has to stop. And you got two very major companies who are doing that at the same time.
Yeah.
And one of which keeps acquiring new products and new licenses, just gobbling them up like Pac-Man.
It's like on one hand, this is turning into a monopoly. On the other hand, I can't wait to see what Disney does.
I'm just kind of, I'm sitting there going like, finally, we may actually get a good Fantastic Four movie. But then I think, again, it's like, this is Disney.
Wait, oh my god, I just had a horrible thought. Next season on Once Upon a Time, Goku.
Oh my god! I actually stopped watching
wait,
Once
no.
Upon a Time.
Next season on Once Upon a Time is going to be a very interesting show. Because you know how Once Upon a Time usually does splits the season in half, and it does one role on the first half, and it does one storyline on the first half, and another storyline on the second half. So the first half will be the second half will be Dragon Ball Earth, but the first half will take place a long, long time ago
Oh God.
in a
Star
galaxy far,
Wars?
far away.
I'm coming. We can win this.
And the main protagonist for that arc, or the main anti-hero, I guess, for that arc, will spend half of his screen time whining about sand.
Oh no.
Sand.
It's
I'd rather
cold
not.
and it's rough and it gets everywhere.
Ew.
Okay, well, I've actually got 30,000 full.
Granted, there would be a major problem to that, though. There would be a major problem to that.
Major problem.
That would be introducing something else into Storybrooke that I would not be okay with.
The Force.
Misaka Jaja Beans! Misa think of Yusaka as a bonbon!
Oh God.
I'm
Oh,
like a child right now.
yes, I still believe Jar Jar Binks is a Sith Lord. It all makes sense.
Secret Sith.
Secret Sith.
Secret Sith.
Yeah, we find out in...
It's like Secret Santa, but more sinister.
Yes. We
Or
find out at
Sith.
episode 9, everything was planned by Sith Lord Binks.
No.
Yes.
No, episode 9 is going to go a much darker route. You're going to find out that the entire postquel, or the entire third act trilogy, is all actually a fevered dream in young Kylo Ren's mind.
I'd hate that.
He's still 10-year-old Ben Solo.
I'm
It
actually
was
sort of
all a
okay
weird
with that
fever
if
dream in his mind.
Avoid everything.
And this
Not only
happens...
was it all a weird fever dream in his mind, but it turns out the reason why it's all this weird dream is because he's actually a completely antithesis of his family, is actually secretly not force sensitive. He just wishes he was.
Oh, I'm sad.
How's that for a twist?
Actually,
Fuck
I was thinking that episode 9 was gonna just be Samuel L. Jackson's mother effing episode.
Didn't Mace die in the prequels though?
He did, but you know he's Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, see, so I get him potentially coming back as a Force ghost. That doesn't bother me. But, I mean, him having a higher role than a Force ghost is a little weird.
Samuel L. Jackson. Pew, pew, bring back that person lightsaber dick. Yeah.
Huh?
Nothing.
Okay.
Do you think my Identify All could bring it down to the 33, but...
It might be able to.
So, get a few more and then just stock up on...
Because I know rank 10, if I remember right, did bring it down to like 30k for me. So 7 might be enough to bring it down to 33.
yeah.
And then we can continue the story. Yay!
Yay! As I go raid everybody's pockets. And Millie, I'm gonna probably be spending more any points that I get now to actually get pickpocket up to a respectable level.
Pickpocket at a respectable level.
Yeah, I got energy smored.
Cause respectable and pickpocketing
And the Glaven.
And the Glaben. Courage and poker
God,
face.
dang it! Fight me about it.
Okay.
Oh, there. Episode 9. Bury my shell at Wounded Knee. It's all about time travel.
I was gonna say, burying my shell at Wounded Knee sounds like I'm pretty sure I played an episode, or I watched an episode of the TMNT show that had a reference like that.
Really?
Pretty sure.
Are you pretty sure? Or are you guessing at this point?
No,
me
I'm
up
pretty
for the
sure.
rest of Once Upon a Time. I stopped watching at the episode where they found Balefire, when Mulan and Sleeping Beauty found Balefire on the beach.
Oh yeah, that's way back.
That's
I remember
way
that
back.
being-
Yeah, should I keep
I think
watching?
that's even before Arendelle.
Oh, here's the enemy.
I never saw the Frozen
I
stuff.
think it's like I think I finished like halfway through season 5. I think.
I
Can you
think
guys catch me up real quick?
season 6 is the one that just completed, and it.
So I didn't see that one.
All
at all,
jokes aside, it's the one that wraps up the series.
which is good.
It's all done?
Yeah, it's wrapped.
Wait,
They-
but then why did you say stuff about Goku?
I was making jokes.
That was a
obviously.
joke.
It's more Once Upon a Time to come.
Oh, it's just them.
So you'll have to write Once Upon a Time fanfic.
With Goku. Do you want me to? Should that be a Christmas present? Once Upon a Time with Goku in Star Wars?
It wouldn't be a good Christmas present to me because you're the one who actually wants it. I was making a joke out of it.
Oh no, I don't want it. I just thought you thought it would be cool. I was.
No, you seemed like you were mourning the fact that it was just a joke. So that's why I suggested that you could fanfic it.
All fanfic.
Was Mary Poppins ever in it?
No,
Which is
I don't
sad.
think so.
I would have liked Mary Poppins in that.
She would have been
I
an
mean,
awesome, like, badass killer.
It's possible, like she was like a
Scary
super
Mary.
side character. She might have been like a super omega side character and like not actually do anything to push the plot.
Just a spoonful of sugar helps that medicine go down. Wait, so can you tell me how does it end?
How does
You
what end?
sure?
How does
Yeah.
what end?
It seems just like kind of too. Seemed like too sad for me, so I stopped watching.
Okay, so I have to remember what all modules you've seen, like which storylines you've seen at that
I have
point.
not seen Arendelle. Balefire or whatever, or maybe it wasn't Balefire. It was just. What was the other guy? It must have been Balefire. Like just waking up on the beach with Mulan and.
Fire.
Oh god, I'm trying to remember because that was really long ago.
That sounds like season 3.
Because there was an arc with I mean there's been a lot of arcs, and me trying to explain everything to you would be meaningless if I don't know what all you don't know about that world.
Well, I just told you where I left off. So...
Well, that's what I'm saying though. That's a lot. I mean, you're literally talking about probably a full 3 seasons worth of stuff you haven't seen.
Who dies?
Multiple? Like there was a period where there were several deaths. I think most of those were during the Dark Swan era.
Dark Swan?
Yeah, there was a segment where Swan became the Dark One.
Dark One?
Yeah, like
Rumpelstiltskin.
Rumpelstiltskin.
So
She had a dagger with her name on it. It was amazing.
So Rumpelstiltskin's whole shtick of him being like super powerful, badass, all his dark magic, he was actually the Dark One, which was like a title. It was a title.
Oh yeah, now I remember.
And then, but that passes on.
Yes!
So
Sweet!
At one point, so at one point you have multiple Dark Ones, because you have Swan becomes the Dark One, and then you have Killian Hook takes the Dark One power from her and becomes the Dark One, and then they destroy that Dark One power. So multiple Dark Ones,
Holy
but then
shit.
you go back to just the one.
I kind of want to see this now.
Alright.
You had an entire section of Arendelle. You had an entire section in Arendelle.
Well, just finish telling me the sections, I guess.
You had an entire section in Arendelle. You had an entire section with Merida. From Brave, of course.
If you had a chance to change your fate, reject.
Trying to remember. You had a couple different sections of going back. I'm sure I think you'd already seen the Peter Pan section,
Yeah.
which is where you find out who Rumple's father is.
I hadn't seen that.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, Peter Pan is Rumple's father.
Wow.
Oh no, I couldn't attempt to pickpocket old lady man.
Well,
No.
that's a shame.
The entire universe around Henry, because Henry is really just the focal point of like 90% of the town.
Yep.
Because on Mom's side, you've got, of course, Snow and Prince Charming.
And on the other side,
Which, that's what else you haven't seen. There's an arc around his third parent, the evil queen, Regina. And you meet both Regina's mother, which you may have seen that.
oh, I know her. That
But
bitch.
you also meet Regina's sister.
Isn't she the Wicked Witch of the West?
Yes,
Yes.
Selena, the Wicked Witch of the West. Oh, and you also have a point where Regina mixes up the potion. Oh, that's who else you don't know about. You have the Land of Untold Stories, quote unquote, which are the more natural tales, like Dr. Whale is actually Dr. Frankenstein.
Yeah. I saw that part.
You also have you run into Dr. Jekyll,
Oh, hell yeah.
who had been working on a potion to completely separate out Mr. Hyde, which succeeds. And Regina also gets a copy of that potion to completely split out the evil queen.
Oh, hell yeah.
So you have two Reginas running around.
I think that's around the point I stopped watching.
You have a brief bit of Agrabah mixed in.
Yes!
Anyway, story time. We continue with story.
We're continuing with story. What? What
Yeah.
is this nonsense?
Apparently, I suck at pickpocketing too.
I'm coming.
Did you go to Mars to pickpocket?
Yes.
And did you save outside before you did it?
No.
No.
Just remember that one treasure chest.
Oh, snaps.
Yep.
You lost it.
Probably.
No
Too far back. No going back.
going back now.
Actually, wait. Can
Too far
I?
back. No going back.
I just want to see if I can do this. Can I actually go? Can I actually? There are some that allow me to
Not in
rewind.
this game, though, aren't.
No, emulator-wise.
No. They only jump back like I think 10 seconds. Anyways, I'm gonna go on mute for just a moment. I'll be back
Sure.
shortly.
Okay. Don't think Yeah, I don't think I say. I could technically just. Let's see here. Data. Load. And how long ago? What? Yeah!
I should have said something prior to that, you know?
Yeah, I should have. Admittedly, like, I can save at a separate slot. And then go back and then...
How much work did you lose from that, though?
45 minutes. So,
It's long.
we'll continue on with the story, and I swear, next
Oh, it's just
time next time we come up to stream, I will be,
starlight.
We're not grinding.
we're not grinding on stream. No,
Grinding on stream is boring sometimes.
it is extremely boring. So we'll continue with the story, and then I will go back from that save point.
Well, and in fairness, that was the big grind anyways. After this point, there's really no purpose to grinding extensively like we just did.
Yeah.
The only reason, and you'll see why in a few minutes, but there was a major important reason that we had to grind now to minimize missing out on stuff.
Yeah, and I think I'm supposed to. I'm trying to remember when what the next point. I may have to go look back and see how to get the wife, because I know we get the wife first and then the husband.
Yeah, because you have to have the wife to get the husband.
Right.
If I remember right, if I remember right, you have to get the wife. You have to have gotten the cutscene in Cross, which you already did.
Yeah.
You have to not get Ashton. You have to get a separate private action in the port on the other side after you cross over to the core continent. And then after that private action, I think you get a private action back in Rena's hometown.
Yeah.
And I think that's when she joins you. And then I don't remember, I don't think it's a private action. I think it's just part of a regular dungeon. Or she gives you like a side quest type of thing to go to this place to check it out.
Yeah.
Something like that.
So we're now in the port of Click.
Yeah, we're specks of lint and a belly button at the uniform. Point.
You didn't do private action first? Oh, I guess it doesn't matter.
Yeah. We'll save private action for next time, maybe. Let's see.
Again, as long as you don't forget to pickpocket.
I may not want to do it with people around.
Well, then you may want a private action.
Yeah, pop it out.
Because, remember, there's a reason I keep hinting. You
Yeah.
know why.
Yeah, admittedly, like, my
Spoiler.
pickpocket right now is at 5, which means fun times! So, data, save on that new slot that I just created. Private action. And I just need a reminder, because, like, I remember it being, like, an old man that I have to pickpocket.
Oh, for Mars?
Whoa. Is it in Mars or is it in Click? Because I thought it was in Click.
The treasure box?
Yeah.
The treasure box is in Mars.
Hmm.
That's why I was asking about that. The treasure box is in Mars.
Yeah, and it seems like my luck with level 5 pickpocketing is garbage. Yeah,
And
it's
unfortunately that is the case.
even with the Thief's Glove.
And also remember, don't talk to the crazy lady after she's done lecturing.
Hey, Rob, what's it like raising kids? You asking me? I've heard the story. You're practically a Kodak. I prefer to think of it as being a living.
Yeah.
Thinking of raising a family. Swimming my swimmers.
Can I actually go up to the crazy lady and pickpocket her?
Yes, just don't talk to her.
Okay.
Put up with my entire ass paying plus. Ha! Nothing can stop me now.
Nope.
You can also attempt to pickpocket your party members, and as long as they don't catch you, it doesn't give you any. It doesn't hurt your levels with them.
Both failures. I feel so bad.
So much fail. Yeah, if you do in fact go back, I would recommend grinding up to the point where you have at least pickpocket 7.
Yeah. This is probably one of my gripes that I had with the game, is that I feel pickpocket should technically work at lower levels, but you get lower stuff.
Impressive.
Well, I mean, in fairness, it does make sense that you have it based on memory requirements or memory limits. It's easier to program a single item to each character than to program a table of items to each character.
Yeah. Or at least, like, you have lower, but not this low of a... I feel my chances are, like, at 5, I should have a 50-50 chance of pickpocketing. Not...
Well, and here's the thing is, no, absolutely not. The reason I say no, absolutely not, is because at 10, you do not have a 100% chance.
Yeah.
At 10, you have something like an 80% chance. And as someone who's played with RNG a lot, as you're well aware, that 50-50 chance, or that 40-60 chance that you actually have looks a lot like what you're getting right now.
Yeah. I'd actually say, based off of statistics, out of all people I've pickpocketed, I've failed 100% of the time, which means that technically my failure rate is 100%.
Well, but that's also with a small sample size. That's what I'm trying to say. Because the way statistics actually work, the way that average or anything like that actually works, is if you don't have, is the smaller the sample size, the more inaccurate it is. If you have a sample size of 10, you can have all successes, all fails, and still be wildly inaccurate. If you have a sample size of 100, it's going to get closer, sample size of 1,000, 10,000, and so on. The larger your sample size, the closer you're going to get to your actual percentage.
You're still here?
And I can't pickpocket any of these people.
This place is too fancy.
I can't.
It's too fancy.
It's too fancy.
They're too aware of their surroundings. You realize it's dangerous.
Gosh dang it, how dare they be aware of their surroundings?
Can I pickpocket? I can try and pickpocket somebody across the counter.
Yeah, actually.
That's kind of
I've
funny.
quite often succeeded at that. Granted, I've also not had this low of a pickpocket attempt.
Seriously, this is like lowest of the low, because like I know at one point I had a 4 for pickpocketing, and I still got at least a couple of items. I feel as if RNGesus is ruining me.
And actually,
Oh,
I'm
it
gonna
is.
correct myself because it's level 10 with magician gloves that gives you an 80% success rate.
Oh, also, I finally had somebody go like catch me pickpocketing.
Yeah, which is always funny.
And I tried to pickpocket some kids. I am the best role model ever.
So let's just establish right now then, for the record, that it is not in fact easy to steal candy from a baby.
Especially in Star Ocean. Did they ever...
Well, if your pickpocketing level's too low, it is.
I think this is the only Star Ocean with pickpocket.
No,
Really?
absolutely not.
Oh.
So, for one, I know for a fact that Star Ocean 4 does have pickpocketing. I'm 90% positive that Star Ocean 5 has pickpocketing. So, I don't know about 3, obviously.
3, no,
and I don't know
definitely
about
not.
2. Or, I mean 1. I don't know about 1, for sure.
Okay.
By the way, I would like to point out, in all the buildings and all the shops and everything you've been into, the one place that you have missed is the skill shop. Is the only building you did not enter so far. Oh no, I'm sorry. I take that back. There's 2 buildings you haven't entered so far. Because you also haven't entered the rich kid's house.
Yeah, I think this... Sorry. The house on the hill.
That's
I
the
have
rich
acquired a liar!
Good. You have your first instrument. But, yeah, now the only building in this entire town you haven't been into is the skill shop.
Where? Really?
You did not enter the skill shop.
Happy Barrel. This is the
Do you remember what the
bakery.
skill shop is even? Skill shop's the one on the way to the Overlook.
Okay. So this one? No, that's a clothing store. And that's a bakery. And okay.
Yeah.
Nope.
You got there, didn't you?
Nope.
Found it finally.
Nope. Damn you old men! Why you withhold my treasures?
Because they're not your treasures until you successfully get them.
Yeah.
Okay. Knowledge. Sensibility.
Someone get a hose, 'cause I'm on fire, baby.
And I have all of them anyway, so bleh. I have pickpocketed everybody in this town. And
you
not.
had a 100% failure rate. Well done.
Wait. If I talk to the old lady, does that start me down the path of like crazy opening up the
Talking to her is one of the necessary pieces for the delimiter.
Yeah, so we don't want to do that.
It's not the final piece for the delimiter, but it's one of the pieces.
Yeah, and you can only get this, I think, now. Because it is missable.
For obvious reasons. For what will soon be obvious reasons.
Okay,
Because
so...
that cutscene only happens in the first private action you do in this town.
Yeah, let's get everybody back together and pop back in. Because, as a heads up, you can only pickpocket a person once. Not once per private action. Once.
Yes and no. There's a catch to that. You can only pickpocket a person once per location.
Yes. And since most of the time...
So, if you go do a private action with your party in Cross City, for example, you'll be able to attempt pickpocketing Rena and Celine again there.
Yes. But
you'll never be able to pickpocket them here again.
Also, don't I get bad things just by having the Thief's Gloves on, or no?
No.
Yeah, okay.
The Bandit Gloves and the Magician's Gloves, you do not get any negative side effects for having them on. It doesn't matter. The only time that it's a negative is if they know that you were pickpocketed. Like if you actually pickpocket in front of them.
Yeah.
Whether it be they're in your party when you're doing it, or if you get a program failure pickpocketing.
Yeah.
In which case they react to it.
So essentially, whenever the one thing that you always want to be conscious of is pickpocket in private actions. It's for the best.
Yeah, and also always save before you pickpocket, because if you have a round like he just did, or maybe a little better where it was like a 10%, 20%, rather than missing out on potential ones, you could restart, reload, and try again from scratch.
Yeah. Admittedly, I'm going to look up some stuff, especially about getting the husband and wife, because I feel like I'm supposed to have the wife by now, but...
No, you're absolutely not supposed to have her by now. Getting her and the husband is the harder path.
Yeah.
Getting Ashton and Prestis is the easier path.
Cool. And I got mugged by a kid. Very, very fast. So, I'm pissed.
Kids these days.
My wallets!
They say curiosity kept the cat.
What just happened?
Ash folded in our showdown, but he's like, they say curiosity killed the cat. Fortunately, I'm not a cat person.
And this is Ash from Ash
Evil
versus the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Yep.
Evil
My
Dead Ash.
wallet! All 3,000 full that I had, gone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna punch a kid in the face because he stole my wallet.
You should probably not punch a kid in the face.
Probably not.
Like, I think there might be laws against that or something.
We don't know on, is this Excel?
Expel.
Expel, yes. There could be a law saying we can punch a kid. We don't know. So if I remember, the kid should be, not up here. Weird. That's kind of strange,
As
because...
I recall, there was a trick to unlocking him.
Yeah.
You had to talk to X, then talk to Y, then talk to Z.
Haha.
Let's see. Not you, old man. Boy. Get your crepes. Oh, hey, I can buy crepes, but I have no money.
It's true.
Mm-hmm.
That kid mugged you and stole your wallet.
Bastards.
Well, singular. Oh, hey, ice cream. Sherbet is not ice cream.
No,
Ice
but
cream.
it is a delightful frozen confection.
That is true. Okay, so he said one person says lives at the entrance of town. So let's go pop it near the entrance. Because I think that's the house on the hill. Here now. Ah, here we go. Yeah, right. He probably did because he's the thrill seeker. Lady of the house. How dare you? How dare you? Maybe the reason why he's learning how to pickpocket is because he doesn't want to inherit the fortune.
He doesn't?
He doesn't. He wants
doesn't?
to steal it.
Ooh.
Rob from the rich and give to himself.
Yeah. Like a Arsene Lupin. How dare you? Did you lose?
No, Full House beat Ash. Won the tournament.
Nicely done.
And I took Brock's orb. That made him a little angry.
Okay, so we now know the kid is called Kettle. Old warehouse.
Whew.
Actually, should I ask within the restaurant? I'm trying to remember.
No. No, that's later.
That's later. Okay. Yes, this is typical RPG-ish of talk to everybody in town moment, which is sometimes
In
annoying.
the right order. And the clothing shop is later.
Let's invite him over for a party.
No, he's down by the warehouse, towards the front of town.
Yeah.
Ah.
If you talk to the kids on the dock, he's down by the old warehouse.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where the old warehouse is.
Walk like you're walking to his house.
Okay. Ah, there I see him. There's the little blue loser. Give me back my money, bitch.
Bitch.
Now I've got you. I'm going to punch you in the face now. Prepare yourself. Be a man.
Prepare your body.
My body's prepared.
Sing river. Side of the moon. Yeah.
Why does he have a popped collar? Why does a 10-year-old boy have a popped collar?
Why not?
He's the richest kid in town.
Yeah.
You'd have a pop collar too if you were the richest kid in town.
True that.
I'd probably be wearing leather if I was the richest kid in
You'd
town.
have a pop collar.
You can only travel with that much? Well, considering that we put a bunch of it into a pair of gloves that did nothing. Claude. Scaring him. That's because the man, if he's gonna grow up to be a man, he needs to be scared as a boy.
If he's gonna grow up to a man, he has to be as a boy.
He has to be scared as a boy.
I'm not sure about your logic on that.
Well, it's time to buy this boy a porno mag.
Whoa! Hey! This story just took a very interesting turn all of a sudden. Suddenly, I think you got a little bit of Lunar in my Star Ocean.
Actually, I was referencing Yakuza, but...
Huh?
I was referencing Yakuza, because there is an actual quest in the latest Yakuza game, where...
Oh, I was referencing the bromides from Lunar's Silver Star.
Oh, I missed that game.
Yeah, I actually finally looked up Lunar, and I found out that the original translation, the original one that we got stateside for the PlayStation 1, PS1.
That's not the original one.
Not the original one?
The original
There's
one
three
was Sega
versions.
CD.
Yeah, Sega CD, PlayStation 1, and then PSP.
Yeah.
Those are the three versions.
The PS1 that we got stateside, that one. Apparently, during the initial like that phase of gaming, literally it was some companies basically just tossed translation out to the wind and said fuck it, just do what you want. So we got Lunar was one of the ones that got that treatment.
And the universe was far better for it because, let's be honest, working designs translations on it and voice acting on it really, really made that game as amazing as it was.
Yep.
And the weird thing was that a bunch of the boat song, apparently even the Japanese liked it, that they actually decided to put the boat song that when they got changed back for the PSP re-release, a lot of fans were pissed about that.
Why?
Because they didn't put that song in, and it was technically as much better than the original song that was there in Japanese.
Hmm.
Well, it's funny because the original JP composer for Silver Star actually helped write the lyrics for even the English version.
Oh,
Like,
did not
he
know
worked
that.
With, well, I actually owned the original PSX Lunar Silver Star, and it had a making of CD.
Oh yeah, I have that too. Yeah.
And I actually remember watching that several times.
That reminds me, I have the Arc the Lad collection by Working Designs, and they almost all in one of the Arc the Lad games there is a robot called Deke, Diek, and here he has the odd ability of, unlike other characters, he does not level with experience. However, you can he stockpiles it, so, and you can give it to other characters. In the Working Designs translation, they put in you can suck the experience out of Deke and give it to other characters, which
phrasing.
They actually had to go back and rewrite it, but there is a reference in the manual saying sucking Deke. Even though the actual things in the text say something completely different. Where it's, you can transfer experience from Deke, and I'm like, oh my god. I did not see that reference because I do not pay attention to title parts on the top of the page of anything. Which is why I missed it. I was like, ah. Because this was one of those things that I watched, censored gaming, was like like translations or basically changes to script that almost passed censors or that snuck beneath the censors. And another game that they literally, Sony said, hey, wait a minute, what the hell? Was in Alundra. And it was for only one character's line. And since Alundra's kind of similar to, I'd say, Legend of Zelda / like top-down platformer, this line, like, technically you could see this line when getting a treasure, but it was kind of like off the beaten path, is that you hop on this character's head and then onto another cliff where once you jump off of her, she makes a pun about, hey, you got a head in life. Whereas in the original one was, hey, I give good head.
Wow.
And I sat there for a moment like, wow, something
Beautiful.
that no one, like, people who would play the game and try and get everything in the game, they would have seen that text. But just literally, I sat there for a moment like, oh my god, how do... Jesus Christ. What?
Jesus Christ.
And nowadays, this is why the PS2 had such strict translation laws. Translation stipulations. Not laws, stipulations.
I was gonna say laws, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Because the PS2 is that literally, if you're going to have a track, it has to be in English for stateside. You can include the Japanese track if you can fit it on there, which most of the time no one did it in order to allow for more space.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also why we got some of the most jankiest scripts possible. I'm looking at you, Final Fantasy X.
Ow!
Because, well, I will agree, Final Fantasy X did have a really good plotline. There were some parts that just... Ugh. That's... Yes, that scene.
Ha 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 ha.
Or the least believable kiss ever.
Nah. But then again, nowadays the translation is now a little bit of wiggle room, because Atlas does a great job about basically, if they can't do a good translation that gets across the point, they will find an appropriate equal to it in translation. Probably the biggest example I could think of is Persona 4. The character Teddy has a verbal tick of Kuma at the end of his sentences in Japanese. Since English, you really don't get a verbal tick, what they decided to do was give Teddy his sense of bear puns. Some of which were just, you sense that they were extremely forced in there, just to get that bear pun in. You could almost say it was unbearable.
Get out of your own stream.
So, sorry about popping off on there and not proceeding the text, so. And that's why it's like some games in early PlayStation like have really, you kind of sit there and go like, how did this pass inspection type of translations? And then you're like, oh wait, there was really no law in translation. I see what you did there, sir.
Mm-hmm. You earned that face palm. You earned it.
And now I'm trying to remember what we're supposed to do.
You're supposed to lead him around town. So the points you can explore is you've got his house, you've got the clothing store, you've got the weirdo restaurant, and I'm trying to think, is that it? Might be it.
Oh, look at me, it's been too long since I've played this game.
So long.
A great amount of time has passed. Oh, and then after you do whatever you want to do, then you go talk to the kids at the dock. But
Yeah.
after you do everything.
No kids in the kitchen.
Of course it smells good, but you know what? No soup for you.
Ah, no soup. Kettle? Did you just pick up a kettle?
Kettle picks the kettle.
I can't find them, there's only soup.
Down to the next aisle.
There's still soup.
Where are you?
I'm at soup.
So the choices
Yeah.
were Tom Yam Kun,
Sun-dried.
mackerel, or natto.
I feel natto is the worst choice. I think it's. I think we want to try Tom Yam Kun, or is it sun-dried mackerel that I want to go for?
What,
I
no
think it's
soup?
Tom Yam Kun is the best reaction,
Yeah,
or the most positive reaction.
because
I think sun-dried mackerel was like kind of a weird middle road reaction. I think natto was like an absolutely repulsed reaction.
given what natto actually is, some children do not like it.
I actually don't remember what natto is.
Fermented soybeans.
Ah, yes, right.
And it's like it's got a really pungent odor. We're talking in leagues with Limburger type pungency.
Yeah.
The soup is spicy, sweet, and sour all at the same time. Oh, so it's hot and sour soup. I actually really like hot and sour soup.
Now we have to go find recipes for Tom Yum Kun for Michael. That way he can make it himself. So
I actually can make hot and sour soup, so it's okay. I just don't usually because it requires more effort than pasta. And pasta is my signature thing.
do I go to the cliffside or?
I don't remember if there was anything at the Outlook. I
Oh.
think the next thing was the clothing shop.
Yeah. Also, we should be stopping soon, but
We should?
We're getting pretty close to the 2-hour mark.
yeah. We're not
I mean,
very.
granted, the 2-hour mark was invented for when we were doing the whole re-up to YouTube. It doesn't matter as much if we're not doing that, but
Yeah.
it's up to you. We can still keep doing the 2-hour rule if you so choose.
Yeah. Admittedly, like with oh boy, this is gonna be bad.
Oh.
Cause
What
what
did you pick?
it's like I haven't picked yet, but it's Claude, Rena, or Celine, and I know it's like if I choose myself, I get friendship points with Rena and Celine, but if I choose either Rena or Celine, whoever I choose gets love points, and the love points decline out from the other person. If
Yeah,
I
but are you planning on pursuing a romance between Claude and either of the other two?
the considering that the only other people I could try and get would be the wife, or
Awkward.
yeah, which I don't
Or the
want.
reporter.
The reporter, which that's a different set. I'd say Celine would probably be the only one that I'd be okay with, because Rena's
Well,
still.
then do it.
Boop.
And worst case scenario, that just sets you up for a friendship ending with Rena, which is not bad either.
Yeah. And why'd he'd had Celine though? And I think this is the bikini that we get. Yes, the bikini.
Ooh.
And we put her in even less clothing than she previously had.
Admittedly, she most of the other characters in Star Ocean that are Celine likes tend to have a lot less clothing than Celine herself, because she's technically in a tube dress, I believe.
I mean, the one that's in Star Ocean 4 wears about as much as Celine is right now.
Yeah, the one in 4 wears essentially what, booty shorts and a halter top,
Essentially?
or maybe a like kind of a
It's relatively minimal.
yeah. The one in 5 is weird to describe because it's basically, I'd want to say a bodysuit, but one with the think of a kind of checkered a diamond pattern, but
Yeah, it's more of a bodysuit. There's this, when you look at it, there's a sense of kind of padding. So she's actually relatively well covered comparatively to the other heraldic wizards. It's funny that everyone's reaction is to laugh.
And now
Like,
Celine is
You would kind of expect a slightly different reaction.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to do. We've done the clothing shop. We've done the bar.
So that's really no. I think there was one where you can buy ice cream for him.
Ah, ice cream. Yes, ice cream. Yep, ice cream. Oh, it was either ice cream or crepes. And I think it.
And then after that, the only other one really was go talk to the kids.
Yeah. Because, like, I think you had the option of either picking the crepe stand or the ice cream stand, but the ice cream stand was the better of the two.
I don't remember if I ever tried the crepe stand. I think I just went directly to the ice cream stand.
Yeah. I mean, it's, like, kind of a no-brainer for most children, because, like, I feel crepes are much more of, like, an adult, like, a teenager/adult treat versus ice cream.
Yeah. Because they're a bit more of a refined flavor versus ice creams tend to be a lot more on the sweet and a lot less on the. Oh, I mean, they're still definitely on the flavor, but a lot more on of the sweet, where crepes tend to subsume the sweetness a bit more.
Crepes tend to run between like mild sweet, a little bit of bitter, especially if somebody's trying to into savory. Yes. Considering that I've had crepes, and my favorite type of crepe tends to be on the savory side than some people, where they prefer sweeter crepes. I don't want to play with a rich kid.
Because I was told, don't play with the rich kid. That's what they said. Oh, sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
Yeah, well, you said that as soon as I popped up on my screen, so.
Oh, hey, look at that. Yeah, it just popped up on my screen. And I was almost verbatim, too. I like it.
That's right, that's what my mother said, too. Maybe you should punch your mom, girl.
Yeah, I'm guessing your moms are actually, you know, jealous bitches.
Big bitches.
Yeah.
I
That's
phased
probably-
out for a little while. I came into something about mothers and bitches. What?
Their moms are telling them don't play with the rich kid because he's rich.
Oh, okay.
And one of them is a girl, so it's like, what?
So I said that their moms are probably just being jealous bitches.
And I just said, like, big bitches, so.
And then the phrasing gets a little awkward here in a moment or two. Especially since they're like 8-year-olds.
Yeah.
Like, the phrasing could have been better worded there, game.
And the girl was like, I kind of did want to play with you, but mom was like, no. We're leaving on a ship. We'll come back to town and see you.
Oh no, I was thinking of something else in 4. Never mind. I've got my 2 and my 4 mixed up.
Oh. Because, like, which one were you thinking in 4, then?
I don't remember now. I'll have to remember later.
Because the one I'm thinking in 4
I think it
is...
might have been something that Miracle said.
Miracle? Okay.
Miracle has that awkwardness about her.
No, Miracle... I feel
Miracle that she did not say.
Yeah, Miracle reminds me of a character from 3. And it's one that I really don't like.
Fair enough. Well, we should go jump on the ship.
Yes.
Preferably before it leaves.
Well, I mean, they said they
I
were
don't
waiting
know.
for us.
Maybe after.
They said that they'd hold that we'd had pretty much the whole day, so we should be fine. We should get there just as they're finishing up their preparations.
Yeah, and in this case, we've got 5 minutes to spare, so... Yeah, we're not jumping on ship just yet.
Why not?
Because I need to save, and I need to... Where the fuck is the save point? In the no.
You just have to actually exit town.
Damn it. Okay, so... In this case, switching gears. Bloop, 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 bloop. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Wait, let's do the boat before we quit.
But
Why are you quitting first?
Do the roar now.
got about 5 minutes.
Do the roar.
It's like the perfect quitting point. Get on the boat.
Let me get back up then. Jesus.
Why you do this?
All right. Let's do the boat.
Didn't know
Yay,
that was your
boat.
fetish. Get it,
Do the
doing
boat.
boats.
Ah. Do the boat. Ah.
I'm on a boat, bitch.
Oh, you even quit the game. Wow.
It's boating
You
time.
just wasted no time getting out of the game. You're just like, nope, I'm done. Let me out, I'm done.
Just because my hand is starting to like freaking fall asleep on me. Ah.
Aw.
We're almost done with this city. We're almost on our boat. Just do it.
Yes,
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Seriously, I need to figure out why this controller keeps reverting in RetroArch. That, or finally get my PlayStation, PS1 emulator working properly.
Yesterday you said tomorrow.
And we're going to go talk to the captain.
Of course. Which is when he tells you you got about 5 more minutes. See? About ready to leave. We're wrapping up right now.
We're wrapping up now.
We're wrapping
Leaving.
up now. It's time for last minute purchases.
Bye.
Check your baggage and do your last minute shopping.
Checking baggage. I have baggage. I've shopped enough.
Last minute shopping. Go to the fountain.
Watch things explode.
What? Surely nothing like that's gonna happen. Just go to the fountain.
No! My feet! There was a rumbly.
In your tumbly.
Oh, there goes Kettle.
The city's all got no rumbling in the tumbly. Oh, something crazy's happening. Big earthquake.
As we go up to the lookout point.
Lots of casualties.
PS1 era pre-rendered full
Pre-rendered
motion
graphics.
video.
Yay! FMV, go!
Look at that beautiful, beautiful
By the way, everyone
statue.
watching- Everyone watching, you're welcome, because this would have been the open of next week's stream.
I would have
But
loved
no,
it if open.
I insisted that we get the proper ending for this week's stream.
All me mates are dead.
Ah, fuck.
True. So many dead.
All my friends are dead.
So our ship only has the captain
Nice.
and a sailor. We're not even sure if that's his first mate.
The captain, a random sailor, and the wizard that was going to be going on the ship.
And the ship, apparently, too.
Yep, the ship's dead.
So,
However, that does not mean that all is lost.
here's
Oh.
passport. You just have to go to the different place.
Yep.
The different
Have to go a
place?
different route. Instead of going directly to the continent of L, we now have to go to the continent of Liqueur.
And we get permission from King Liqueur.
To continue on from there to the continent of L. Which is good because the continent of L is a little rough at this level. I mean, the monsters there are a decent challenge for level 45. You're not even. You're barely level 20. It's a good plan to cross over from there first.
Yeah, and we're going to actually officially go to Mars now.
Alright.
Which
Get your ass to Mars.
Oh, and we're also doing this cutscene as well, apparently.
Well, you did make friends. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that second cutscene.
This cutscene.
With Tsunami. Leviathan's Wrath.
Rawr.
Sploosh.
Oh, I know that was more base than. I thought you were trying to do a Bismarck for a second, but that was more base, less trouble.
Yep.
And there goes Kettle. His corpse. And his friends.
Triple rip.
No! Damn it! Kettle survived!
Oh.
He lives on to plunder wallets another day.
And,
Oh, and his maid.
but the girl dies. No. And apparently his, mother is perfectly fine.
Because she has insurance.
She also
She's
left.
too rich to be to get injured that way. But yeah, like 2/3 of the population of Click are dead now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Congratulations. That's a great note to end the stream on. So much death.
so much death. So much destruction. Next time, we actually get to see how dangerous it actually is.
Dangerous.
How dangerous what is?
Alright. Now we can turn. Jesus.
Yep, now we save again.
And now we...
And now we are done for the night.
Alright. So, thanks for joining us.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Basically, well, there is not going to be any Saturday night streaming because Eddie's not going to be here. Neither this week nor next week. We will have Friday night streaming.
Friday night.
Friday night! Frantic Fridays!
Yay.
So, as such, thanks for joining us. We'll continue on with our greatly esteemed, and I'll definitely try and do some more grinding, redo the grinding.
It's only about an hour's worth amount of work now.
An hour,
Plus
yeah.
the extra grinding to get your pickpocketing up.
Yeah, pickpocketing to decent levels. Because I think I'm going to have to get a couple of extra levels to get some of those levels of pickpocketing that I need. And then the fun stuff of basically save scumming, quotations, if depending on what I want to do with that chest.
Yeah, because first you have to save scum to get the chest, and then you have to save scum to get you what you want out of the chest. That's a couple hours worth of work right there between the two.
Yep. But, as such, thanks for joining us. If you want to keep an eye out or an ear out, that's probably Will.
That's me.
He wants to go Betty bye.
So I gotta wake up super early to my way.
Kind of me too. But, as such, if you want to keep an ear out for when the next stream is or what's happening, make sure to check out the Twitters, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, and of course, Twitches. And anything else anybody wants to add?
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry
I think
Christmas.
that pretty much covers it for me.
And I think Mackenzie just dropped out, so... Well. Not everybody.
Bye!